With great power comes great responsibility, and we have power that is unimaginable as humans right now. So what are we going to do? Are we going to move forward in love? Are we going to move forward in greed? Are we going to help the human heart catch up with the technology and lead from the heart, or not? And I think it can be easy to think this is someone else's problem.
Yeah.
This is someone else's concern, but this is all of us. It is all interconnected, and each one of us, as we take this journey and as we ask these questions, as we become educated about these choices, we influence the global mindset, honestly.
Yeah.
We each individually have so much more power than we think. And so I think it's not someone else's problem.
No.
It is
our problem.
Our problem. And
individually
it is,
together.
And it will be our victory.
Yeah.
Look back, see the spark in the mud. Every hard road made a better blood. Still learning how to human.
The invention and use of tools by early humans marks a profound shift in the story of humanity, because humans became the first species capable of intentionally extending themselves through technology. Think about it. An animal's power is limited to its body. A lion can only hunt with the claws it was born with. A bird can only fly with the wings it has. But humans discover something unprecedented. We can take a thought, an intention, and use our imagination to make it real outside of ourselves. We can make a tool. So, what is a tool? Simply put, it is human intention externalized into the physical world, or put another way, a piece of the human mind projected into the physical world, created to be an extension of the human hand. A spear, for example, extends the arm, allowing humans to reach farther than flesh allows. A hammer extends the fist, useful for creating shelters. And a needle extends the fingers, useful for creating clothing. Tools allow humans to reshape reality itself and our imagination. For example, a basket is not just woven grass, it is memory and planning made physical. And the philosophical shift is that human agency leaves the body and enters the world. With the creation of tools, the boundary between self and environment begins to blur. This is one of the first major moments where humans stop adapting only biologically and start adapting technologically. It is a major turning point in human history. Now, before I get ahead of myself, let's talk about it from the beginning. The earliest known stone tools appear around 2.6 million years ago. Simple by today's standards, but revolutionary for their time. These tools are known as Aldewan tools. They are named after Olduvai Gorge, a 30-mile-long, 295-foot deep ravine in northern Tanzania's Great Rift Valley, which is one of the world's most important prehistoric sites. The sharp flakes of stone discovered there were struck from larger rocks and used for cutting meat, scraping hides, and breaking bones. That last one is really important because inside large animal bones is nutrient-rich bone marrow, which was a major source of calories and fat for our human ancestors. These tools gave early humans access to food sources that other animals struggled to reach, and this meant we were able to access more nutrition and energy, and eventually, bigger brains. Discovery of the Aldewan tools is also significant because tool-making shows that early humans possessed the spatial planning and dexterity required to strike stones at precise angles. Now, one of the earliest humans associated with these tools was Homo habilis. The Latin name, it literally means handyman. Imagine becoming so associated with tool use that it becomes your defining characteristic. Not fastest man, not strongest man, but handyman. And maybe that says something important about humans from the very beginning. Our survival was never just our physical strength. It was about our creativity, our problem solving, and our ability to use creativity to further adaptation. Then, around 1.7 million years ago, something fascinating appears in the archaeological record: Acheulean hand axes, associated primarily with Homo erectus. Unlike earlier tools, these weren't random sharp rocks. They were carefully shaped, symmetrical, and balanced. Some were crafted so beautifully that archaeologists today still debate whether certain axes were functional or partly aesthetic. And the creation of tools with precision and aesthetics is interesting. Think about it. A rock doesn't naturally become symmetrical. Someone had to look at a rough piece of stone and see a form hidden within it, then patiently remove everything that didn't belong. But they weren't merely shaping the stone into a useful object. They were shaping it into something they found beautiful, which suggests that alongside the practical mind's need to survive, another part of this human spirit was awakening, the part that longs to create, admire, and express. The ability to picture something that does not yet exist and then intentionally bring it into reality. That is the foundation of nearly every human invention that we will discuss in this series. And of course, tools evolved alongside another major human breakthrough: fire. If you haven't listened to our first fire episode yet, highly recommend it. The link is in the show notes below. Check it out. Fire and tools transformed each other. The wooden spears hardened into flames, the heat made them stronger and more durable. The archaeological record shows that around this time, cooking tools also began to emerge. With each innovation, from cutting to cooking over fire, Food became easier to digest and more energy rich, giving humans access to calories that had been previously trapped inside tough plants, roots, and meat. And now we see several human innovations coming together, building upon each other. We weren't merely adapting to the world around us anymore. We were beginning to transform it. Eventually, tools became more specialized. Humans developed spears, throwing tools, and eventually bows and arrows. The earliest weapons were likely designed primarily for hunting. They were made to feed families or protect communities, really to assist with the survival of our species. But once humans discovered that tools could extend power, that's difficult to imagine that knowledge staying limited to hunting alone. A spear can kill an animal, but it can also kill another human. And perhaps from the very beginning, this human technology carried both possibilities. Tools reveal something essential about being human. Other animals adapt primarily through evolution, but humans adapt through imagination. Humans don't simply accept the limits that we're given. We reach beyond them. What began with a sharpened stone striking against bone became an unbroken chain of innovation stretching across millions of years, leading us to today. With tools and technologies our ancestors could never have imagined. But every human invention traces back to the same extraordinary ability, to imagine something beyond ourselves and place it into the world. The first tools didn't just change what humans could do, they changed what humans could become. And maybe that's still the question we're asking today. What are we becoming? Who do we hope to become? And who or what will we become eventually? Every episode in this series ends with the same question, not what happened in history, but what does it teach us about being human?
And then they wonder, what does it mean to live and to
So you've talked about tools and how they are an extension of the human imagination to simplify how we function in the world. What are your thoughts on all of that?
Really, with tools, we see one human can reach, like our power extends so much further, even with just in a hunting and gathering era, the ability to hunt and gather more effectively, but then growing to today and the way we see that today. I think really what we see across human history is this every generation builds on the last generation. And when we talk about tools, something that extends the reach of human intention, what becomes the most meaningful is not what we can create. It's who are we as a society, as a people? What are our ethics? What are our values? Is what we're creating in the world bringing value to it or taking value away?
If you think about it, a tool in and of itself is not ever good or evil. It's really the intention behind the human heart and what we use that tool for specifically. I can have a cutting knife to cut my food because it makes it easier, or I can use it against my fellow human.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. The same knife that creates beautiful dinners for families. I mean, look at any true crime show. It can also be used to harm a family.
Yeah.
So I think that this is where in the conversation, it becomes a little bit more maybe focused on humanitarian ideals of, I know it seems maybe like it's separated, but in terms of something as simple as how we're funding early childhood. Because where are kids learning? Where are we as humans in our communities? We're not individuals, actually. We're all part of a community. We're all part of a much bigger organism. So how are we funding and providing for the education for future generations?
Yeah.
And our own generations. You know, we all live in this world together. There's this idea in the world that we should be individualistic, especially in America. There's so much individualism in America. And with that, what we kind of do, and it's maybe controversial, but what we do is we say, oh, that's their problem, but I'm definitely going to complain about it and judge them.
Oh my gosh, I did that just the other day, actually. We were at a swimming pool with my kids, and there was some kind of altercation with some of the kids near the area where my son was, and I was like, oh yeah, not my kid, not my problem. And so, I mean, it's a silly example, but I think that we do that a lot, even in our day-to-day life, where it translates into different mediums. So like, you know, not my issue, not my problem, or, you know, not affecting me, not my problem, and things like that. And so when we do that, we really do become very individualistic instead of thinking of the community at large.
Exactly. And it's not just even our community, it's our world. I mean, we've seen so much recently. The global economy is all interconnected. And so we see technologies that are being made, this extension of human power in the world that is reaching across continents and causing changes in the environment that will last and have ripples for years. Our reach has expanded because of this. Every generation building on the last, every technology building on the last. Our reach now is unimaginable. I mean, nobody 300,000 years ago would have imagined the level of reach and the tools that we would have available to us today.
And it just goes to show how much we evolve along with our tools. Like the human mind is constantly evolving alongside with our tools. Or maybe it's the chicken and the egg situation, and we're evolving and so are our tools, But I think that constant movement forward or backwards, if we so choose to, use them to destroy each other, is something that we really need to pay attention to.
And my question would be, has the human integrity, has the human heart evolved to keep up with the tools?
Oh,
maybe our mind has evolved.
Yeah.
Our understanding, our education. But has our heart evolved? Has our love evolved as people on the earth to handle the tools we've been given? And if not, because I would argue it's not, what are we going to do to change that?
Yeah. I think we're so excited about like the things that we can create and the things that we do that our brains are going faster than our hearts are. And we're not taking the time to slow down and discern or think to ourselves, is this for the betterment of humanity? Or is this the betterment for me? Are we extracting value from the world? Or are we creating value for the world?
Exactly. Because truly, our innovations and what we create, wonderful. And what we do with what's been created and the way we carry on is wonderful. But when we are gone as individuals, we're gone. And what we built and what we created, that lives on in the world. And I think that marriage of technology, tools, and heart are what's going to create the world we actually want. Right now, I certainly think there is a bit of a divide happening. And we're really, as humanity, as people globally, I think we're at a crossroads that's asking us this question.
Yeah.
Heart or greed? What's going to carry us forward? Are we going to continue forward in greed? Or are we going to move forward in love? And I think that's where we're at.
Yeah.
I think that's the question.
I think that's where we're evolving to anyway. And what are we choosing to do? Because we're at that crossroads, like you said. We either go one way or we go another. And whatever way we choose is the path that we're paving for our children and our children's children and our children's children's children. So let's make it a good one.
Exactly. With great power comes great responsibility. And we have power that is unimaginable as humans right now. So what are we going to do? Are we going to move forward in love? Are we going to move forward in greed? Are we going to help the human heart catch up with the technology and lead from the heart or not? And I think it can be easy to think this is someone else's problem.
Yeah.
This is someone else's concern, but this is all of us. Again, we're not some sort of individualistic or even this is a politician at the top's problem. It is all interconnected, and each one of us, as we take this journey and as we ask these questions, since we become educated about these choices, we influence the global mindset. Honestly, we each individually have so much more power than we think, and so I think it's not someone else's problem.
No,
it is
our problem.
And
individually together,
and it will be our victory.
Yeah, it
will be us, all of us, transforming the future of humanity.
I love it. Individually together, let's do it.
Yes, that's right. All right. Well, thank you for joining us for this podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and we'll see you next time.